without champagne or rum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Yes, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good
I
evening.
like how you laugh. You laugh at our tech issues.
Depending on where you are joining us from all about the I want to say a big thank you for joining us today on the first episode of our Positivity Live event. Today I don't have a background because of the tech issues happening behind the scene. It's what kept us from not coming up much more earlier. But for the fact that we are here, that's what matters. And we want to say a very big thank you to everyone who is joining us today. And it's so amazing that today happens to be our very first event for the year 2026. Now, I was about to say 2025, just right there. But I have to get used to saying 2026. Why? Because it's a new year. And firstly, want to say a big thank you to our amazing community joining us from all social media platforms, especially on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. And we want to say thank you. Thank you for your amazing support. It's so great that 2026 is the beginning of the fourth year that we started this event, our live show, where we talk about positivity specifically. It's been a journey. It's been a journey of growth, a journey of mindset development, a journey of leadership development, a journey of networking, making friends, and getting to know people. And I tell you, it's been so remarkable. So, I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to everyone who has been showing up for us, who has been supporting us. And words will not be enough for us to tell you how much we are grateful, how much we appreciate you, because you are the stars of the show, showing up for us every Friday for the past 2 years plus now. It's been so remarkable, it's been so amazing. I want to say a big thank you. Thank you for joining us on this mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. And that remains the vision even in 2026. And it's changing. It's no longer one person at a time. It's now 1 million person at a time. Why? Because through media, we can be able to reach out to 1 million persons at a go. And we believe that's possible with the help of our community, working together because together we can do so much more to make it a huge reality. All right, we already have amazing people joining us in the comment section. We are going to be shouting you out because if there's one thing we do in this community is the ability for us to celebrate one another, to appreciate one another, and to amplify each of our voices. Because we know every one of us, we are unique, we are special, we're important, and then amplifying our voices goes a long way to put our messages out there for impact, for influence, and to changing lives one person at a time. So we have Indian Laka joining us from YouTube. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we have Positive Asoluka. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We have Ubia in the building joining us from LinkedIn. Say, yeah, it's a new year. Indeed, it's a new year. And want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. We have Paulette with us joining us all the way from the United States. Paulette says, I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's 2026. Hi, it's Paulette. Yes, Paulette, it's been an amazing beginning of the year. It's been wonderful. And I tell you, for me, it's been filled with so much memories already, even though we're just 9 days into the year. But a lot has happened behind the scene. And coming from the back of 2025 and entering into the new year 2026, I tell you, it's been so remarkable. I encourage you, if you are in the comment section, please feel free. Tell us that you are there. Tell us who you are and where you are joining us from so that we can shout you out. We can highlight you on our screen and let the world know that you are here. Because this stream It's being viewed by thousands of people globally. And we believe that the more you put yourself out there, the more people get to see you and see what you do, and then they can be able to reach out to you. And like Wallace said, it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what you think. Every one of us is important, and our voices are valid. So, with that being said, if you want to join us on stage, you want to be part of the conversation today, you want to join the persons who are sharing their thoughts and their insights on our conversation today, feel free. The link is in the comment section. Uh, yes, it's in the comment section, and I'm dropping it soon again. So that in case you missed it, you can click on the link. For those of us on LinkedIn, you can go into the event page option, scroll through the comment, and you can see the StreamYard link that enables you to join us on stage and be part of the conversation. The reason why we always invite people to come in and share is because we believe that everyone has something to say, everyone has value to give, and everyone's voice matters. And the ability for you to share your story, share your perspective, share your insight goes a long way to not just inspire us here on this stage, but to inspire everyone out there who we hear from us. What you have to share today has the power to encourage, has the power to impact, has the power to give hope to people, and encourage them to keep living there. So feel free, don't be shy. Paraventure, you are not in a place where your camera is it's very convenient. It's okay, you can put off your camera. As long as we can hear your voices, we are good to go because your voices matters, and that's what we want. So with that being said, we welcome you once again. Please don't forget dropping the comments. For those of us on LinkedIn, you can go in and then drop in your comment on Facebook, on YouTube, and then also help us share this positivity. We know somebody who needs to hear much more about positivity, who needs to embrace positivity intentionally. Share this event, repost it, let them know that we are live, the first event for 2026, so that they can be able to join us. Our topic today is positivity that lasts beyond motivation. It's very profound because a lot of people mistake positivity for motivation. They might look alike, but they are two different things. That's why today we are diving in deeper into the conversation. So let us know that when we say positivity, we do not mean motivation because positivity is far beyond motivation, and that's why today we'll be sharing more thought and more insight with it. And like I said earlier, you want to join us on stage, feel free. We have LinkedIn user with us. I don't know who this is because the name is not showing here. If you can kindly tell us your name, I know I have to go on LinkedIn to see this, but then I cannot go on LinkedIn now. I'm trying to go through my phone and then doing live sometimes can be so distracting. So I decided to focus on this. So, yeah, do want to tell us your name and tell us where you are joining us from. Because it's a global audience. We have people from all over the world who are joining us and tuning in to learn and to embrace the power of positivity. But that's what we do here. We are all about positivity. We are all about embracing it intentionally. We are all about coaching and teaching people how this works. And that's why we are starting the conversation, the first conversation for the year on positivity that lasts beyond motivation. So thank you so much, everyone. Gary had my co-host with me on stage today, which is so amazing. For those who don't know me, I'm going to start to introduce myself. I know I've been talking so much. Well, as you can see on the screen, my name is Simon Noguer. You're Mr. Positive Energy. And I'm joining you all the way from Nigeria, West Africa. And I'm so proud to say this because starting my journey and talking about being from Africa, then it was weird because of the reactions I was getting. But now I tell you, I wear it so much pride and so much confidence to say I'm joining from Nigeria. Because it's so amazing to be in Nigeria. And to be here today, it's a privilege. For me, I'm a positivity coach and mentor. I coach and I mentor people on how to embrace positivity intention. Because we live in a world where people go through so much negative emotions. We live in a world where people go through so many negative circumstances. It has the way that it affects their mind, it has the way it affects their perspective and their reaction to us. So what we do, we guide people, we train people on how they can navigate these life variables, these life circumstances with the right mindset. Because we believe that when your mind is set, your life is set. And embracing the power of mindset through positivity is what we do intentionally so that we can be able to live our life every day. You know, positivity is not an emotion, it's a lifestyle that we live every day. And the ability for us to intentionally embrace it, it's key and it's very, very important. I also host online events just like this. I help people amplify their voices, amplify their businesses, amplify their values through online events. You have value you are giving, you have a message you want to put out there, and you don't know how to go about it. You need to reach out to thousands of people. We help people host events, organize it, invite the people, and set the stage for you to speak. And if you want to teach your teams on how to host events, you want to use it as a marketing strategy for your business, so for the value you are giving, we can help you do that. So don't want to reach out to us. Let's go on a journey of positivity together. And I tell you, your life will never remain the same because in positivity, there's always so much possibilities that await everyone. But before I pass the mic to my co-host, Mr. Amy, I just want to shout some few persons out in the building. We have Edna in the building with us. Edna Glenn is saying Happy New Year, guys. Yes, Happy New Year to you too. And welcome to 2026. We have Gladys in the building, having a conversation with Gladys earlier. Gladys, thank you so much. Happy New Year. So good to be here and have you in the comments section. Guys, do not forget to share this event, post it, and let your friends, your colleagues, your co-workers know that we are keeping up the year with the positive notes and bringing the conversation, the positivity that lasts beyond motivation. With that being said, I'm going to pass the mic now to the Godfather in the building. You know, for anyone who knows Mr. Eddie, you know the amazing thing he does. He's always showing up and being there for everyone. Let me see the mic from him. He will share with us what he does and how he impacts. If there's something I love about him, he's all about supporting people. So everything he does is about people. It's about impacting people, helping people, and raising people up to a better version of themselves. So, Mr. Ellie, thank you so much for being here with us. I'll pass the mic to you.
Yes, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, we're live. Okay, my screen is being funny. Who do I see? I see a few more people. LinkedIn News hasn't told us who that is yet. I see a few more people on my LinkedIn, but not on StreamYard. Hopefully your comments will come through soon, my friends. So I see Victoria's here. Welcome, Victoria. Ijoma is here as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Then you got Chanda. How are you doing, Chanda? No, thank you for joining us. So as always, it was great to see you. I'm glad that you mentioned earlier as well. So there are more people, but unless you say something, my friends, we won't know you're here. Yeah, so we'd love to welcome you properly and give you the round of applause that you deserve for gracing us with your time. Where's my screen going? Going that way or that way? I don't know. I have no idea. I have to have my screen somewhere. I can't wait to get back home. What's my optimism? See, my days are spent promoting my From Plan to Profits strategy workshop, which is on Monday. And I say that I'm on a mission to inspire people. I'm on a mission to change lives. Through positivity, through positive mindset, through doing the right things to achieve greatness. This, my friend, is a year. So so Monday I have a workshop with Dr. Paula Washington, and we're going to give people the roadmap of steps they need to take to achieve their goals for the year. If that interests you, DM me. So you can put in the chat here that you're interested, and I will find a way to get the link to you. It's not free, Mrs. Z. It costs money, But I think this is a year we have to learn to invest in ourselves. If you want big things, then you're gonna have to invest in yourself. After all, people who you want to serve have to invest in you as well, right? So that's my major fun. Of course, I'm writing books, publishing books in between. I have a conference coming up in February. This is a year we'll go big, Mrs. Z. We have to go big. We have to go bigger. Impact more people, serve more people, transform more lives. And with all of that, will be more income for all of us. Yeah, so if you now don't sit there thinking on your idea, now leverage positivity and use what positivity gives you. As we're going to discuss today, it's more than just motivation. Of course, it is. It's more than just being able to act, with some sort of happiness and some sort of belief. There's a lot more to positivity than all of that. Even though all of those things I just mentioned are essential, right? Mrs. Z, I give the mic back to you. Let's start with our conversation. And of course, if you want to join us on stage, please do join us. We'd love to hear your thoughts, right? We'd love to hear your thoughts. We'd love to hear your experiences, your strategies, your tips. Come and share with us.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kenny. We appreciate you. Yes, for those who want to join us on stage, the link here is highlighted on the screen. Just tap it into your browser, and it's going to take you directly to the backstage where we can bring you live and have you sit down with us on this very stage. So thank you so much, Mr. Eni. And like I said, so many great things will happen in the year 2026. And for the fact that we can think it, we believe it's possible. It's possible that we can make the millions. It's possible we can make impact people, impact businesses, and individuals alike. So it's very possible. But the fact that we can think it, we can think it in our mind, we have what it takes to achieve it and get it. Yes, the LinkedIn users that the name wasn't popping up on our screen yet is Chanda. Chanda Brown, thank you so much. We see you saying yes, happy new year. So you can't wait for the workshop on Monday. Amazing, amazing. I'm glad to say have a blessed new year. Indeed, it's going to be a blessed one, an amazing one, and one that we are looking forward to be able to enjoy, not just by ourselves, but to every one of you who are here with us today and who are supporting us every day in everything that we do. Now, it's the beginning of the year. That's why this conversation is coming right now. Positivity that lasts beyond motivation. As the year begins, we have people having goals, having New Year resolutions, getting excited for the year because, finally, 2025 is gone. It's gone. We are in 2026. It's a new year. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm joyful. We have people having such feelings. But one thing that we are bringing and establishing today, positivity as it is beyond feelings, it's beyond emotion, is a lifestyle. At the beginning of the year, it's very easy to get so motivated. Why? Because in people's mind, it's a new leaf. New year, new leaf. Somebody say new year, new me. In this new year, I'm born again, I'm born different, everything is new because it's a new year. But in reality, it's not always like that. It's not always like that. Why? Because for the fact it's a new year doesn't mean you automatically change or you automatically become a new person or you automatically turn a new leaf. No, it doesn't work. It can only be a brand new idea, something differently when you take action to make it different. When you take action to do something that can change what used to be in the previous year. So that's why we must understand that it's beyond motivation. And I was sharing with somebody earlier, we were discussing and tracing some inside about this subject. Motivation begins on the only actual. So we are imagine you got a new job, you are very excited, the thrill, the euphoria of I got a new job. You are excited. In fact, as you resume the next day, you might be the first person to get to the work. Why? Because I'm starting a new job. I have to put in my good self. I have to put in the right attitude. I have to show, I have to impress. The same first impression matters. A whole lot of people are very good when it comes to first impression. Let me do something so that they know that I'm serious. I'm gay. I'm in it. It's very hard for us to be in that. But what we are looking at today, we are looking at what lasts beyond just the feelings. What lasts beyond just the emotion. Because I tell you, the same way a whole lot of people are feeling at the beginning of 2026, It's the same way the Fed when 2025 began. But as the year begins to go further, February, March, November, December, you can see a whole lot of persons were losing their motivation. Or they were, let this year just end. Let me just go to the video. Let this year just go back. So it's like that. But we must understand this time. It's very easy to get motivated, especially when things are going well. It's very easy to get motivated, especially when things are rosy, when things are sweet. Maybe you started your business and boom, the business is making the profit you wanted to make. Oh my God. You can go back home smiling, rejoicing, feeling the vibe of making so much profit and doing all you need to do. Or for example, for those of us who have experience in relationship, maybe you just got into a relationship. I could tell you at the beginning of the relationship, oh, it's so exciting. You cannot go a day or an hour without hearing from the other person. You going 30 minutes or 1 hour without hearing, you feel that something is so wrong, you feel that something is not right. You feel like you cannot breathe, you cannot live the next minute without hearing from the person. It's like that. Those emotions happen. But then, when emotion wears away, when feelings wear away, when the emotion is no longer there, what do? Who are you? How do you respond? How do you handle circumstances? How do you handle situation? That's what we are looking at today. Positivity that lasts beyond motivation. I tell you, a lot of people can get so motivated. Why? Because, oh, I just hit this milestone. Oh, I passed my exam. I started the business and the business is going well. When things are going well, it's easy for us to get so pumped up, excited, and motivated. But what happens when it is not the way that you vision it? What happens when it's not the way you plan it to be? What happens when things are not going the way you are foreseeing it to be? And that's where true positivity begins. That's how we always say this. Positivity is a lifestyle. It has to become a lifestyle. A lifestyle that is better from a place of consistency. Yes, it has to be consistent. What are you consistent about? Is a question you need to ask yourself. Therefore, when it comes to positivity, build from daily habits or the daily things that you give yourself to. So what are your values? Your guiding principles, the things that you do every day that you give yourself to. These are things that really get you to stay and become a positive person. I'm going to use myself for example. To be honest with you, I used to think that, oh, I'm very positive. Why? Because I'm Mr. Positive Energy. I used to think like that. Oh, because I very title Mr. Positive Energy. So, boom, I'm automatically positive. But to be honest with you, it's not always like that. It doesn't work like that. For the fact you get a title, or you have a tagline, or you see yourself as a positive person, it does not always work like that. There is work to do. There is work to do. What are the daily things you give yourself? So for me, I'm just going to share with us a few points about what I do that has really helped me stay positive, that goes beyond just being motivated. Because like I said earlier, motivation might get you there. Motivation might get you at the forefront. Motivation can get you at the stage. Motivation can get you to start a new life, to start a new business. But what keeps you going is the positivity lifestyle that you are living. It's the positivity life that you are embracing every day of your life. And that's why it has to come from a place of intentionality. I will say that again. Positivity has to come from a place of intentionality. A place where you are intentional about your life, about what you want to do, how you want to respond, how you want to see things. Because for me, most of the times when things happen, I ask myself, how do I respond? I don't respond because I want to react. I don't make decision because I want to react. I make a decision because I have objectively evaluated my responses and I feel that it is fitting in this. So I will tell you, embracing positivity comes from a place of intentionality, and intentionality that comes from where you have to decide in your life and say, you know what, I know motivation is good, but motivation is not substance. Motivation does not stand the test of time. Motivation is not durable. So for as many persons who are stuck in the phase of motivation, there is more to life. Because at the end of the day, it's flawed because of the good things happening around. Motivation is fueled because of the thing that is working for you. But then, if it's not working, what happens? And that's the reason why you see people being sad, they living in that place where they don't have joy, living in that place where they are always complaining, where they are always grumbling, where they are always nagging about life. Why? Because life is not giving them what they want. Life is not giving them what they think it should give to them. So in so doing, a lot of people lose their motivation. But that's the point where embracing positivity, like I said earlier, it comes in a place of intentionality. An intentionality that is better from you making a decision to say, you know what, I have to embrace positivity. No matter what happens, no matter what I go through, I have to choose my my state of mind. I have to choose a area. And that brings us to a place of habits. For me, there's one thing that has really helped me stay positive every day. Somebody will say, wow, I've not seen you frown or be unhappy. I'm like, well, because I've decided to live and embrace a positive lifestyle every day by my daily habits. What are the daily habits I do every day that's really helped me to embrace the power of positivity? One thing for me, I'm faith-based. I'm a Christian and I'm very proud to say that I believe in God. And for everything I do is always faith-based. I always put God at the front of what I do. So I always tell people, to be honest with you, the source of my positivity is God. Having trust in God, having belief in God has really helped me change my mindset to be able to stay positive and live life the way I want it to. Because I love what Paulette said. Paulette said positivity to me is not based on what I see in the world or my circumstances. It is based on how much faith in God. Whoa! You just said exactly what I said earlier. My feeling. He said, I have the God I have, and believing that there are always something to be grateful for and good in this world, such as a starving baby giving food to eat, a dad seeing their children, a mother giving birth for the first time, and of course, seeing financial blessing, a friend recovering from cancer, or just finding a beautiful and perfect flower that God made, or a sunrise and a sunset over the ocean. Amazing. Thank you so much, Paulette, for bringing that and sharing with us how you have been able to stay positive. And that's very profound. Just like I was saying earlier, I'm a faith-based person. And if there's one that has really helped me stay motivated in the midst of going beyond motivation is my faith. I tell you, in 2025, a whole lot happened to me. I was sharing in a gratitude event for the last show of December that in the course of the year 2025, I lost 7 persons to death, loved ones, close friends, close relations, and they were gone. And to be honest with you, emotions was everywhere. At that point, I didn't feel any motivation. At that point, there was no excitement, there was no joy per se. But then, because I've learned to embrace life beyond motivation and embracing positivity, it really helped me to stay grounded and really helped me to stay focused in the midst of those challenges that we had to go through, that I had to go through. So happy that I practice every day, that has really helped me to stay positive beyond motivation. One with prayers. With prayers. Prayers to God Almighty. I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. Prayer has really helped me personally. For me, when I wake up in the morning, there's one thing I do, I always pray. And the prayers of thanksgiving and appreciation. I pray. Prayer has really helped me in that place where I know that no matter what happens to me, God is in control. If you read the Bible in Timothy, Apostle Paul say, I know whom I have believed, and I'm fully persuaded. And because I pray, really help me stay grounded. Because I pray, I don't focus my mind on the situations anymore. I focus my mind on God because He's working all things together for my good. And secondly, the second daily habit I do that has really helped me embrace positivity beyond motivation is staying in the place of gratitude. I have my gratitude journal where when I wake up in the morning, I think about what are the three things I'm grateful for today. What are the three things? And sometimes I tend to repeat the same three things, daily, days after day. But then it allows me to be more conscious of my life by staying in the place of gratitude. So no matter what happens, I'm always grateful. No matter what happens, I'm always thankful. No matter what happens, I'm appreciative of everything in my life. So what I do, I embrace gratitude by having a gratitude journal. Take for example, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, wow, to sleep and wake up for me is the biggest miracles in our lives. And sometimes for us, we take it for granted. Why? Because we have gotten so used to sleeping and waking up every day. And we feel it's normal. I've seen people who sleep and they don't wake up. I've shared countless times on this stage and other things of how years ago, going to bed with a friend of mine, and the next morning I woke up and the next person was sleeping beside me didn't wake up. That it dawned on me and it allowed me to realize that sleeping and waking up that we think it's just normal. It's not normal, it's a miracle. So for me, embracing gratitude every day has become a daily habit for me. It has really helped me embrace life beyond motivation to a place of positivity. I'm grateful. No matter what happens, I stay in a place of gratitude. Yes, I don't now. You don't have to feel like it. For some persons, they will tell you, I have to feel grateful before I can embrace life. No, you don't have to feel like it. That's what motivation is. You don't have to feel like you are motivated before you know. Oh, because things will happen. If your life, your decision, the emotions, your feelings is based on the happenings, then that's not the line. You embracing positivity should not be based on the happenings in your life. It's a decision you have to do by embracing those daily habits. Another habit for me that I do every day that really helped me embrace the power of positivity beyond motivation is positive self affirmations. Every day for me, I remind myself how amazing I am. I remind myself how that I'm the most positive person on this planet. Yes, I remind myself today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be an amazing. Today is going to be a wonderful day. Today I'm going to go out. I'm going to succeed. Today I'm going to go out. I'm going to make impact. Today I'm going to go out. And I'm going to make people smile, and I'm going to be a light to the world. So every day for me, embracing the power of self has been a catalyst to embracing life beyond motivation. Because it really helped me to remind myself why my identity. To say, like, you know what? Yes, this might have happened today, but this is my decision to stay positive, to stay happy, to say, you know what? No matter what happens, I'm staying positive. No matter what happens, I'm staying optimistic. No matter what happens, I'm staying excited because I know what happens now doesn't define my life. What is happening now doesn't decide my future. I decide what my life will be. I decide what my future will be. So for me, embracing these habits has really helped me so much in embracing the life of positivity beyond motivation. Like I said earlier, motivation it's not bad in itself. It's good, but it's not the end of it. It can take you there. It can keep you excited, but what will keep you grounded? What will keep you committed on a long term? Because life is a journey and not a destination. And every phase along the way is an opportunity for us that comes with its own challenges, that comes with its own circumstances. For the ability for us to be able to embrace the power of positivity. So that's why this conversation is coming today, to encourage us and remind us, to let us know that life is beyond motivation. Because at the end of the day, like I said, motivation is not sustainable. Motivation cannot stand the test of time because life sometimes can hit you so hard. It will hit you so hard in a way that you feel like, oh, I never expected this to happen. But because you decided to embrace the life of positivity, intentionally are making that decision, it really helps you to navigate the things, the circumstances, and the challenges that happens in life. There's a lot to share today, but we already have amazing people doing us. We have to remember we have Yeah, Abraham with us already waiting to speak and share with us. So, and some amazing person in the comment section. Before I pass the mic to Kenny, let me just shout out some people who are just joining us. Yeah, we have uh, Christina in the building. She's saying hi. We see you, but see you is about it as Christina. Yes, and Paulette is shouting her out. Gladys is saying Paulette, beautiful and half, but I agree 100%. Yes, regards to what she said earlier. We have Lisa in the building. Happy New Year. So good to see you. Welcome to our first live today. We have like, so yes, I am prayers change things. Indeed, prayers does change things. We have Chelisa in the building, the AI. You see, hello, N Zion to the lover, CJ Johnson, and everyone to me in compliment of the media. Compliment, thank you so much. We have Linda in the building as well, all the way from Canada. Linda, happy New Year. So good to see you. I love the smile. It's always a privilege to have you join us in the show. Thank you so much. And we have my amazing friend, Christine, in the building. Christy Williams, good afternoon. I'm saying hi from Nigeria to you in the US. So good to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, yes, Teresa is saying, daily habit to keep one grounded and aligned in peace, bringing way of being in it's choice by choice, moment by moment as we choose to respond to life rather than react. Great point, Zion, on how you intentionally choose positivity every day. Thank you so much, Teresa. We appreciate you. Yes, guys, keep the comment coming. If you're in the comment section, let us know you are here. We want to shout you out. We want the world to know that you are here with us. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Eddie so he can share with us how he's embracing positivity that lies beyond motivation. So, Eddie, thank you so much. The mic is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for a great share. I'm always gracious, or I'm always keen to learn from our friends. So let's talk to our friends who come on stage. I'll share after they share because I don't like to keep anyone waiting too long. Chanda, how you doing? You're here. You made my day again.
Thank you. Thank you.
You made my
Hello,
day
everyone.
yesterday. So you made my day yesterday.
Hi, Zion.
But it's great to have you here. Great to have you on stage. Please share with us. I guess positivity. You know, what does it mean to you? You know, what do you read? How do you live with positivity?
Well, I think my biggest thing is, over the last 7 years, I've had one blow after another. Just as you know, Annie, and I know Zion's heard my story before as well, and some of you already in the room have heard me speak about some of the losses that I have occurred over the last 7 years, and there was a point in time that I had no desire even to get out of bed. I was so hurt and distraught and full of grief that I at times didn't even want to live. And I struggled really badly with it. And I couldn't find anything positive in life at that particular time. But 2025 had to have been one of the toughest years that I've had so far. And I had a lot of health issues on top of just other losses. And man, I had to find some peace of mind, peace in my soul, because it just was kind of a breaking point for me this last year. And when you speak of positivity, it is difficult to speak of positivity without including peace in there. because I truly believe that if you are not at peace, it is really difficult to find anything positive in life. And I know that we all, not just myself, but I have numerous friends of mine that have really 2025 ended up being a really tough year for a lot of people that I know of. And, it just made me sit back and think, you know, me and Zion, I think come from the same background. We love the Lord, and I think that that's where our peace comes from. And I had to realign my relationship, not just with God, but with myself, and understanding that peace comes from within. That I couldn't look to my circumstances. I couldn't look to friends or family. I had to find a way of finding peace within myself. And I was able to do that this last year, even amongst a really tough year. And I was so happy to walk into 2026. Even though I don't have a job, I have no income, and I'm still struggling. But I truly believe that 2026 is going to be a fantastic year for a lot of us. I think that um, even though we're, as a nation here in the United States, facing a lot of turmoil, um, we're not the only nation that suffers. There are we live in the best country in the world, and I truly believe that. And I'm sorry for those of you that are from the UK and Africa and everywhere else that might not believe that. But having traveled as much as I have, and having been in other countries, I just know that our freedom here is just more than any other country in the world. We have got so many things to be thankful for, grateful for, that is just beyond what other people would even hope for. And I just pray that people's eyes are opened this year, that across the world, that we all can find peace within, and within that peace find each day as we wake up something positive to obtain from the day. And I'll leave it there. But yeah, I hope that 2026 is just a breakthrough year for everyone in the room. Love you all.
Thank you so much, Chanda. Thank you so much. You made me laugh, Chanda. You think US is the best country in the world? We all disagree. We think US is the
I
crazy
know you
place.
do. I know you do, but that's okay. You're allowed to.
You have Trump. I'll leave it there. I'll leave that there. Right? We don't.
But you
No.
know what? He's fantastically entertaining.
Yes, well, I mean, we're realizing he's half ill, mentally demented. Really, there's nothing wrong with it. Well, let's leave that there. Look, I think you mentioned some really good points that I think I definitely take in terms of positivity. Let me welcome Dr. Dorothea. Welcome, Dr. Dorothea. So great to see you. Happy New Year to you. So hopefully life is going good. Look, I think that I love your point about positivity helps us overcome challenges. It does. If we think we're done, then we're done. Whereas having the mindset and having the way of being that tells us there will be a better tomorrow every time. No matter what happens today, tomorrow will always be a better day. As you say, this year will be a great year, and going forward will be even better, right? So that's positivity as a mindset that really gets us there. I think that's a beautiful thing that we'll get from having positivity in our lives. But that's having that belief and having faith, as you mentioned, right? I think the biggest point for me in finding positivity is, as you said, finding peace. Finding peace. Before that, before I learned about positivity, living that way. I didn't really have, I didn't have peace of mind. I was anxious about different things. Anything that happened would be like, oh, no, it's gone wrong. Whereas now I can live knowing that, my intentions will come to pass. My dreams will come to pass, and all the things I feared are just, anxiety that has no place in our lives, really. And I think positivity requires us to really believe in ourselves, believe in a greater power than us, believe in and maybe in karma. What goes around comes around. If we're good people, good things will happen to us. I've also said, I'll leave you here before I go to Tobiloba. I think also, intentionality is a big thing. I think the different ways of saying how we can be intentional, right? Again, Chandler and I were talking yesterday, and Chandler said, I really want to be there on Monday. And lo and behold, she'll be there on Monday. When we're talking, I couldn't see how she's going to be there on Monday, to be honest. But I said, miracles happen. I think positivity tells you these miracles happen every day. I said, I love your intentionality, Chanda. I love your, I love your approach to life, which says we can. And I think you put it in the WhatsApp yesterday in a beautiful way. Ask and we shall receive. I think that's what you said, Chanda, right? And that's positivity for you. But the ask is not, it's not always something specific. It's not always something small. It can be, as Mr. Z said, it's not just about saving one person at a time. It's not about helping one person at a time anymore. The positivity can help millions. The possibilities are endless, truly. That's remarkable. Thanks a lot, Chanda. Jedi J, I think. Jedi and Avenger. I can't see the rest of your name because it starts with the second J. But welcome on stage, welcome, my friend. Great to have you here. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. But bear with us. Let's hear from Tobiloba, then we'll come straight to you. So let's hear from Tobiloba first, and then we'll come to you, Jay. Mr. Tobiloba, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm okay. Happy New Year to everyone. I think this is my first time posting with. I had my Monday events. Zion, how are you doing? I want to hear your voice. Hi, Dean. It's been a long time.
I'm doing what today. I'm doing what. Yes.
Happy 2026 to you. It's so amazing to see that you're still doing this amazing show. So amazing to see all the great things you've been able to do over time. We're watching. Well done, brother. Well done. Positivity that lasts beyond motivation. Any know me quite well that anything I want to say, it will still be boiled down to the mindset. Because I'm big on the mindset. We're talking about the Bible or being a Christian or the other time. There's this particular verse in the Bible that said, do not be conformed by the things of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's where I'm going to pick it from. That being positive does not necessarily mean that you have everything being figured out. It does not mean that you've got all the solution. It does not mean that everything is working the way it's meant to work. But because you believe that nothing comes out of grumbling, nothing comes out of sadness. The law of correspondence says that as above, so below. as within, so without. It's about inside out. It is what you dwell on that you will project out there. A projector only projects what is being programmed, what is on the system. That's what projector does. So basically, our life is more like a projector. So it is what you have inside that you project out. So if you just feel like, oh, let me just be excited for a moment, there will be a problem. Let me just be excited because things work out. Happiness based on happening, right? Is when something happened that you say they are happy. But joy is a spirit, and that's another thing for being positive. So it's a spirit that you must have. You must be positive all the time. Henry has been talking, Zion has been talking about positivity since I've gone to know Zion. We talk, but we say about Mr. Positive Energy, Mr. Positive Energy, Mr. Positivity, Mr. This, Mr. That. Lo and behold, there is no how. Zion will be able to testify very well than I can, because by the time you are positive, you attract. Everything is the energy. Everything has a frequency, and then it is the energy, and it attracts to you. I can't be here if one way or the other I'm not positive, even though all of us that are here is not because we've got everything being figured out. So you are listening to me, you are hearing me, does not basically mean that you have everything being figured out. We're not saying you should be positive because you've got everything the way you want it. You have to be positive so that you can get everything you desire, everything you need to get. That is why it's very important. You cannot negotiate being positive. Like, it has to be part of your life. It's a non-negotiable thing that you must be able to focus on. Honestly, being positive actually got me to where I am today. 3 years ago, I was not like this. 2 years ago, I was not like this. Even a year ago, I was not like this. So many people that knows me on LinkedIn. I started from ground zero, from absolutely zero, from a room now to three bedroom apartment with 2 sitting rooms. Why? Not because of work and everything that we are able to do, because I'm good at what I do, because I pop, it's because of positivity. So we believe what we can achieve. We believe that life is not always as difficult as it seems. It is what you project, is what you think about it. I can continue to share on and on, because positivity, it is a topic that we should always talk about, and you cannot amount to much if you're a negative person. So I'll use my mind by saying this: if you truly want to change the course of your life, you have to be positive. So you don't stay positive after you have become what you need to become. You stay positive so that you can become what you need to become. I use my mic. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Amazing, sir. To be loved. Thank you so much for being here and inspiring us with your word. And to be honest with you, I sincerely appreciate your kind words, and to be able to see that we are growing together on the new space. And like I said, we knew how we all started, and to be where we are today, it's been a remarkable journey. I love when you started with a touch point about mindset, because when it comes to positivity, mindset is key. Mindset is very, very important. For me, I wanted to go by the mantra that says your mindset equal your life set. So when your mind is set, your life is set. And like you said, you given an example about the projector. That it's whatever that is programmed on the projector, that's what it displays. So it's our life. Whatever we program in our mind through positivity is what it is displayed. If you program your mind on negativity, we will display negativity. But then if you program your mind on positivity, it will display positivity. And Toby Lover mentioned something, he said, Nothing comes from negativity. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But in positivity, there is so much we can do. In positivity, there is so much that can be achieved. So thank you so much to Beloved for sharing with us and being on stage. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for your nugget, and thank you for always reminding us of the need to be on this journey of growth and paying attention to our mindset, because it's key and it's very, very important. We appreciate you. We love you, brother. Thank you for being here with us. Yes, before we pass the mic to our brother, Zedai, for joining us, I'm just going to shout some few questions out in the comment section. Then we can go to our next speaker. Yes, Brother Rosia says, any agree with me? I'm far from amazed by our leadership or lack of it. This has been challenging to my positivity and so yes, when you think about the things happening around us, it challenges our positivity, it challenges our mind, and that's where the intentionality comes in. That's what all of us say. Happiness is based on happiness, but positivity and joy is not based on happiness. It's based on the spirit and it shows decided to live in the journey of life. The Ijema said, I started this year with a lot of positivity and I want to keep the energy throughout the year. I encourage everyone to be intentional and have a strong will in 2026. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that's more like the basis of our conversation next week. Positivity that goes beyond motivation through our association. Because like you said, it's good to have the thought of keeping the positivity throughout the year, but there are factors involved in it, especially when it comes to the kind of relationship we keep. And that will be our conversation for next week. By God's grace, in this design of the world, I appreciate you. Thank you for your kind words. Our brother Michael Calm is in the building. See, Abari Gani. Happy New Year to all above and below. I'm at the meeting right now, so happy New Year to me too. We have Chanda at the top left corner. We have to be over. So I'm at the video of Eddie and Chanda. We have Mr. Mike in the building, our OG in the house. See, what you desire may not be what you should have. That's a deep one. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike. If you'll be glad to join us instead and share with us some deep insight, as always, we'll be so glad to have you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Yes, Gladys says, stay positive so that you can achieve what you want to achieve in life. Profound words of wisdom. Thank you to Beloved for that. To Beloved, they are echoing your thoughts again. We appreciate you for sharing that with us. Yes, Mike says, in 2026, I'm going to focus on surrounding myself with positivity and positive people and on abundant mindset. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Mike. We appreciate you. And that will be our conversation for next week. Surrounding ourselves with positive people and positivity so that it can take us beyond motivation and stay in the place of positivity. We appreciate you. Okay. All right. Jada had to leave now, but it's okay. Hopefully, we get to have you next time so you can bring us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being with us as always, brother. I cannot wait to hear you share. Wow, it's been an amazing conversation so far. And I encourage everyone, if you are there, you've not dropped in the comment, try to participate. There's one thing I always encourage people in 2026. Do not be a spectator. Do not be the one that scroll and watch, and you are not participating. Please participate, comment, say something, come on stage, share your nugget, share your $2 million insight and value, because that routine action is making an impact and making a difference in the life of people. So if you are there in the comment section, you get to drop a comment. Briefly drop a comment, let us know that you're there, so that we can shout you out and let the world know that you are there with us. With that being said, Mr. Ennis is back on screen. I'm going to pass the mic to you now so you can share with us on how you are staying positive with your motivation.
Yes, of course. The amazing gems shared so far. It's Chanda Topolova, truly, so you get it. That's the important thing, right? And you're living it. That's probably more important. So happy New Year to my friends, Michael. How you doing, Mr. Calm and Mike? So everyone who's here, so if I haven't seen you to say happy New Year until now, please accept my, I guess my best wishes for the year ahead, right? And you know, the way I say it these days is quite simply, yeah, I hope your year starts off with a bang in a good way. And also, I hope that we're going to take this year by storm. Philip, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. How are you doing? With Dwayne Jackson in Florida. You poor thing. Well, it's fine. Look, maybe I want to use Ijeoma's point as a way to start on my thoughts and my experience of positivity. See, there was a time when I was nervous, when I was scared, when I was I'm trying to find the word for it. You know, I was anxious about everything, right? I didn't, you know, I believed in myself, I didn't believe in myself. Tobolebe made a point just now. Now, positivity is not a 99% thing, because that 1% of doubt will destroy you. That 1% of not doing the right thing will destroy everything. You know, we have to live 100% with positivity. That's how we are all here now. All of us on stage, many of us in the audience, and the same thing, right? You know, it is having total faith and belief in ourselves. Now, and let's not say no. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's be very clear. So I learned positivity is about being intentional, as we've said quite a few, more than once today, right? And being intentional means realizing that we control our destiny. We control our lives. We control what happens to us every day. Now, it's not true that we're unlucky if things go wrong. No, it's just not. Mike alluded to the point earlier when he said it's not, you can't always have what you want. You know, that's another way of saying whoever your God is, decided that it's not right for you at that time. Maybe it's not what you really need, right? You know, I think positivity is about being intentional in how we design our lives. It's about designing a life of service to others. That's where our glory comes from. That's where our true achievement comes from, right? That's where our happiness, our peace, that Chanda mentioned, our joy you mentioned, Toboleba, comes from serving people. So, but many of us love to like me, we think of great things. The gods give us visions of what we can do. You can do conferences, take it around the world. Yes, I've spoken to Mr. Z and Toboleba. We are going to do these conferences. Yes, I haven't done it yet, but I've started. Ijeoma, here's my point to you, my dear sister, right? Let's not just think positively. If you think it, believe you can achieve it. That means with positivity, you take action now. You don't doubt yourself. You don't think, oh, I'll do it. Oh, I might do it later. Oh, I'll do it another time. No. The only way you're going to keep your positivity throughout the year is by taking action. Sometimes you're going to fail. So as Mike said, it's not meant to be. But guess what you're going to do? You're going to learn. And more than learn, you're going to tell yourself from there on, I'm the person who takes action. If I think it, I'll do it. Toboleba, I'm so proud of you, Toboleba. I mean, you know this already. Hopefully you do anyway, right? It's like Mr. Z. We talked many times, and one day you're like, I'm going to achieve greatness. I'm going to go back to university. I'm going to write my book. I'm going to do my course. I'm going to do this, do that. No, this is what I'm talking about. I'm saying, don't just think. You have to implement. Toboleba lives with positivity every day. And I can truly believe that because he does. It doesn't mean that we're going to be rich tomorrow. Because success comes from serving people, like I said, and serving people for years. Look at all the successful people that we know. You know, did it cross that mind that they might fail? Probably not. You know, but what they've done is work for years, serving people for years. That's what we have to do too, right? You know, with positivity, you can create the world that you envision, what you dream of, the world you're gifted to provide. If you don't believe if you don't have positivity, nothing I just said makes sense to you. You don't believe you're gifted. You don't believe that you can overcome. You don't believe that you have a purpose. You don't believe that your wish, your intentions can become reality. Now, positivity is truly a way to live that brings everything you want. Everything I've ever wanted has come on the back of positivity. You know, positivity in action, positivity in my mindset, positivity in the things I do. You know, positivity when things go wrong. You know, it is, you know, these days I call it being delusional about what you can achieve. You know, truly, you know, be delusional. You know, convince yourself, because it's the truth, is what positivity tells you, that you can achieve anything you put your mind to. You can overcome anything. You know, see, when we're intentional, you know, Mr. Z mentioned his routine. Now, some saying, I meditate, let's pray, right? I'm saying, now, as long as you start your day with intention every day, you can have every day the way you want it. Things fall in place. It's so beautiful. It really is, right? Of course, somewhere down the line, we have to be honest with ourselves and say, we have to be honest with ourselves. You know, if you have fears, habits that don't serve you, we need to work on those. We need to get rid of them. We need to tackle them and somehow change those into habits that do suit us and serve the world. You know, there's no point in me saying I don't sleep. I never sleep. Of course, I've had to learn how to sleep, right? I can't serve anyone if I'm exhausted. I'm saying, no, that's just one habit. You know, I'm saying there's many things that we all do that we can do better. I'm saying positivity tells us, get on with it. Begin the change to be your best self now. Not tomorrow, not next year, not next month. You know, now. See, I'll leave you with this thing, maybe this last point about positivity. I could talk all day about it, but I don't know whether it's going to help anyone, right? Talk to Mr. Z, he's the positivity coach, about applying positivity, really. You know, look, somewhere down the line, you know, so we look at ourselves and we think, oh, I'm just little me. You're not little you. You are a great you. If you want to be a great you, you can, there's nothing you can't achieve. There's nothing you can't do. You know, don't live in fear. Don't live in self-doubt. Don't live in, I'll play small because you know, when you play small, it just says you're scared. It says you have fear. If you live in fear, you're doomed. You know, whereas, you know, until you can let go of that fear, until you can let go of anger, let go of the things that hold you back. I fear for humanity, but it's not for me to fear for you. Just do what you have to do. Believe in yourself and go all in. Reach out to people that can help you. Don't stay stuck. Make this a year that you don't stay stuck. Make this a year that you don't say, I can't afford it. Because you can. Maybe you can't afford it, right? But no, let me tell you, I'm sure Chanda will back me up on this. Ask and you shall receive. Ask of yourself, first of all. Do I really want this? If you do, then ask the universe. Tell your soul, I really want this. The gods will give you whatever you want. Maybe not the way you think. It might be meet Mr. Zion, who's going to help you think your way to what you want. It might be meet someone who's going to give you an opportunity that you never saw coming. It might be someone who gives you loads of money. If you find that person, call me, please. Call me. I want to meet that person too. Like the person who hands that money, just call me. Call all of us. I promise you, right? You know, but you know. But if you don't, if you don't intentionally want what you want, what's in your soul, then nothing's going to change. I'll leave it there, Mrs. C.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Eni. As always, coming with the wisdom, the deep insights, and the experience when it comes to different topics. We appreciate you so much. And like you said, it's important that we all reminded that our mind is key. And whatever you set your mind to do, you can actually achieve it. There is no limit to what we can do. There is no limit. And this does not apply to certain persons or for persons, it's not location based, it's not circumstances based, it's based on you. So it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter your background or the country you currently are right now. You can actually do anything you set your mind to. The one thing I will always say, if you can think it, it simply means you have what it takes to do it. Now, physically, it might not look like it, but that's where the power of the mind comes in. For anyone who thinks life with positivity, I tell you, there's so much possibility that are waiting. There is nothing you cannot do, there is nothing you cannot achieve. I can tell you, starting my journey just 2 years ago, I know meeting is the enemy, you could tell you, and you know that it was when we started. And also we took the global way, came online and then started building. But to see where we have today, I tell you, we are a testament to tell you that our mindset is key to everything we want. For everything we want to achieve, for everything we want to attain, your mindset is key. And that's why we are, for me personally, I'm very passionate and very intentional about a positive mindset. Yes. Your life, your mindset bets your life. And what you feed your mindset is what reflects in your life. And that's the reason why feeding your mind with positivity is key. It's very, very important. Because when you feed your mind with it, it's going to affect your action, it's going to affect your decisions, it's going to affect everything you do. For me, embracing positivity now, in this season, in this time, in 2026, it's not negotiable. It's not something you have to think about, should I or should I not? Maybe I should. No, it's a must. Because in every area of life, in every field, in every denomination, positivity is needed. In any workplace, having positivity in any place makes a huge difference in life. So that's why we are embracing the power of positivity beyond motivation in today's conversation. All right, we have Mr. Mike joining us live on stage to share with us. I call it Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike, happy Friday, happy New Year. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I want to start by thanking you and the rest of the folks on the stage, Annie, for providing this space, because I think positivity, given what's going on in the world, the divisions, the politics, and everything else, I think it can distract us from really living our best, the best that we should be. And like others have mentioned, I think it has to come from within. And for me, that comes from an acknowledgement that we are connected through a higher power. Because circumstances, I think others have mentioned, circumstances can discourage us. They can cause us to lose that positivity. And one of the reasons I said that I want to really focus on positivity in 2026, and particularly surrounding myself with positive people, because that doesn't mean that I'm not going to interact at all with people that aren't positive, but I treasure, in all seriousness, Annie and Zion, I treasure these Fridays, these 2 o'clock my time Fridays, because I think sometimes, like I said, we can get distracted or discouraged by our our circumstances. And I think that if we don't surround ourselves with positivity and with positive people, it's too easy to get kind of dragged down. And I also think, and I always bring up the abundant mindset as well, because I think when we don't believe we have choices, now those choices can be unpleasant. And I think when you look at, people that have achieved whatever they believe is success, that oftentimes was not overnight. And I think often that we look at people and say, wow, look what they've done. And it's like, yeah, well, they had to go through a lot of effort and trials and tribulations as well to get there. So I think, in the back of our minds, we have to think about that. But getting back to this abundant mindset, if we don't believe in an abundant mindset, if we believe in what I call scarcity mindset, meaning that we don't have the choices, then it's going to be very hard to be positive. And I also think sometimes, I think someone had mentioned, I believe God says, when in answer to prayer, he says, yes, no, not yet, or not in the way you think. And I think sometimes we're expecting, a certain answer. And I think sometimes, and, I look at, I have another life saying that life happens for us, not to us. And that also that really changed my mind. This was about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Someone had mentioned this to me, and I'm like, what? And I really started to think about it. And it's like, because there's a lot of life circumstances that we go through that can appear to be negative. And I believe that those experiences are actually preparing us for what we need to do and the person that we need to become. So that's all I have for you this Friday. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Wow, thank you so much, Uncle Mike. That was very profound. Indeed, life happened for us. Yes, it happened for us. And like you said, it might not happen the way we want it to be. It might not be the way we have envisioned it to be. But then, however it is, we stay grounded, we stay grateful, we stay appreciative, going through. Thank you so much. And I love the fact that you are surrounding yourself with more positive people this year. This game is not the fact that you're going to stop talking to other persons. No, definitely, of course, we're going to keep that same have conversation with people. But then, the people in our cycle that are surrounding ourselves, we're going to be having constant conversation. They have positive. And for me, that's our conversation for next week. Because one thing I believe that my mentor told me years ago said, your association determines your destination. So the kind of people you surround yourself with determine where you will be in life. So your 10 years time, your 5 years time, your 15 years time, your 20 years time, it's directly proportional to the kind of people that you are currently surrounding yourself with right now. So that will be our conversation for next week. And I love the fact that you brought that in and share about how you are more intentional about spending the year with more positive people who are to inspire you and motivate you and help you become a better person. So thank you so much, Uncle Mike, for being here with us. We appreciate you.
Okay, can I speak for a bit in response to Mike's amazing points?
Yes,
if you don't mind. I think Mike shared. I think this is why I love the events are. And when you have people on stage, you share many points that no one person is going to share. I think as a collective, you've shared genius today, Tabulova, Chanda and Mike. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish we got to hear from Jay as well, but life is what it is, right? Let me welcome Dr. Yvonne. Dr. Yvonne, I see you. Happy New Year to you. Abundance, health, and happiness. So yeah, that's what we want this year, right? And also, Dr. Dorothea says, has the year been intentional about my health, my heart, and my career? And all of those, Dr. Dorothea, are going well, right? I remember last year when those things weren't going so well. But with intentionality, it's going well. So, of course, your daily routine includes meditation, following the 1% rule for self-improvement, towards greater physical endurance. Now, good on you, Dr. Dorothy. Yeah, it's a great thing. See, again, I think it links to what Mike was saying. When Mike said, of course, they will say the one thing we need is faith. People might think, and I was one of those. I used to think, religion, I don't believe in religion. I just don't. Everyone here has heard me say those words, right? But it's hard to believe in positivity and believe in the power of your mindset if you don't believe that it can move mountains. That means believing that there's something out there, there's a greater power than us out there. Whether it's your God, whether it's the universe, call it what you like. I'm saying you have to believe there's a greater power than us, which is how the things that we call lucky happen. Faith is central to positivity. You have to believe it's not just what we do that will move us forward. There's a greater power that truly will move that will hear us and reward us for our way of being, our way of thinking, our way of living, our way of being intentional. And so that's the first point, Mike. I think, of course, I love your point about being prepared. Being positive doesn't mean it's going to happen easily. Nothing happens easily. Even if God gives it to us, it's not going to happen easily. It's not going to happen in a straight line. We have to be prepared to do what I call give extraordinary effort for extraordinary results. That's positivity. Believing that we can do something extraordinary. We have the capacity within us to achieve extraordinary things, to serve people in extraordinary ways. That's another very important part, Mike. I think it's so important, right? I think I guess enduring, suffering. Call it what you like. I believe in that. We have to have some challenges along the way. We all do. Yeah, but we must learn to overcome them. That's positivity for you. It's all part of the journey, but I think we have to see positivity for what it is. It's a way of being, of course it is, but it's a way of being that you do amazing things by giving extraordinary effort, extraordinary service, and making those hard choices, Mike. Again, as I love your point about who you surround yourself with. Here's the truth. To be positive, Mrs. E. Remember when we started off today, I said to you, who has to go? Remember I asked you that question? Yeah, I'm sure you didn't answer me, but it's for all of us, we have to make hard choices. We can't carry on doing the same thing, the same people forever. We have to make some choices. It doesn't mean that we're not positive. It doesn't mean that we're bad people. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that if we're on the same journey, you must make a choice of what's going to help you to achieve your vision, to live your positive life and change the world the way you want to. Some people are here for a reason. Some are here for a season. Do you see it as that? That's the truth, right? And those who are here for a reason, take advantage of them. Sometimes it looks like I say, it looks like a cost. It's not. It's an investment. We need to differentiate between those who we're paying and those who we're investing ourselves in. And some friends, they're not going to last the course. You're not being mean. That's the right thing to do, right? Don't let someone drag you down because they're in a depressed mood and they stay there. See, I told someone the other day, and I'm saying, look, I'm not walking away. I'm just saying to you, I'm going to carry on my path. If you want to come with me, we'll go together. If you don't want to come with me, I understand. It's fine. I'm going to do my journey. And I find other people who are on my journey too. And we always do. Positivity again. Toby Lobo, I see that you're dying. I love when people are keen to speak. So I can't see you, Ms. Chandler, so I don't know whether you're keen to speak. If you are, speak after Toby Lobo. Go for it, my friend.
I was just hearing from what Sugar have really been sharing, right? I just want to chip in something that, being positive sometimes is not that pronouncement alone. Being positive sometimes is you taking action, is you doing what you don't believe, or not a conventional way that people do things. At the moment you just feel that thing, like you just go for it. Now I was sharing something with my team member today, some of the people that work with me. I share with them today, like quite a number of them. I was like, is it that we grow together or we outgrow each other? You either grow with me or I outgrow you. Do you understand? Let me tell you something, like what you said. Some are here for a reason and some are here for a season. All of us can't be here forever. But the impact you are meant to make, if you don't make it now, you will never. Do you realize how people just die lately? People of 20, 40, 43, not even up to 50 years old, young people, teenagers, how they die. So if you are not making every day count, what do we have to say about you? And there is no any way if you're able to make every day count if you are not staying positive. So it's very important. Oh, so beloved, I don't know how to stay positive. That's why Zion is there. That is why he's there. Like what Annie said, he's there for a reason. He's there for you to be able to make you to stay positive. And it's not this thing you're hearing is not rocket science. It's something that can be achieved. It's something achievable. It's something very achievable. And do you now know that it's not everybody that love themselves? Do you understand? It's not everybody that care about themselves. I hear people saying that. It's not everybody that care about themselves. So you need to understand that if you truly care about yourself, it's a very, 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 very important thing that you even have somebody like Zion to hold you. It's very important. You must be able to pay for happiness. Pay for happiness. Pay to stay positive. As if I've known that I'm going to come here, I don't know. Today, when I was trying to share my post today, my post was just talking about something mentality. I rather strategies on the things you can do to become okay, to be wealthy. I mean, to have your business going on. And I share something like, this is what kills businesses, even when they have good marketing plan, great ideas, impressive execution, and all of those things. See, if you are not at peace, you will nothing else will work in your life. I'm always very blunt. If you are not at peace, your mind must be calm, must be okay. And the only way to be able to do that is when you have the spirit of positivity. If you have the spirit of positivity, it will get you going. So you need the spirit for you to always be on the ground. So don't just stay here alone. Do you know that all of these things we are sharing will never have any meaning in your life unless you apply it. The reason why you continue to get what you are getting, 2026 is not a new year to me, because nothing is new. Nothing is new. Nothing is in. What has been is what will be. It will continue to be like that forever. Do you know what can become new? What you do. It's what you do that makes something new come out of your life. Not because we are in January. Do you know, as sad as this may sound, or as mean as it may sound, some people will still wake up 31st of December 2026 and they will still remain the same. It's not a curse, but because they will not do anything differently from what they are used to. It's better that you do something differently and you think positively. And when you find it difficult, do your best to reach out to Zion. Do your best to do that. And you have a very good year. Thank God we are talking about this in 2020. I mean, in January. And the day is still, the day is just the 9th. Just like in New Zealand, they're already in the 10th of January. But now we are still 9th in so many other places. So take your life serious. If you don't take it serious, nothing will become serious. So thank you so much for allowing me to share again. I just couldn't keep quiet.
Well said, well said. I'm hijacking the mic deliberately. Wisdom, welcome. I see you. Glad you're here. Jay, where the energy flows, where attention flows, the energy flows. Indeed, what we'll focus on is what will become. Just said, below, and great share, my friend. Great share. It's brilliant when it's not just a sharing of minds. This is what the books tell us, my friends. The great books about mindsets, written by the Earl Nightingales of the world. We're sharing with you what we learned from them, and this is what they've shared for hundreds of years, literally 100 years. The 1,000 people who become successful follow these simple principles, right? So I like Mike's point. Want to be positive. It's how you live. It's how you live your life, and how you love, and how you are loved, right? And let's not. That's what we said. Let's not try to do things. Let's do things. Change comes from doing, only from doing, and then you see your life change. That's the truth, right? That's the truth right there. I've said it. No, don't think it alone. Do it. Whatever that is, do it. Either you're going to learn or you're going to succeed and change the world. Change your world. That's positivity for you, right? And we need people around us, my friends. We need, we need those. It's the reason coaches exist. A lot of people have this mindset of, I don't want to spend any money. I don't want to spend any effort. It's not going to work. It's not always about money. I'm saying that it's your intentions that really will get you there. Sometimes we have to invest to see the results of what we want. That's just life. My friends, amazing shares today. Mrs. Z, do you want to wrap up? What's Paulette's question? What's Paulette's question? I'm dying for Paulette's question. I'm like, Paulette, ask your question, please.
I didn't get that question. Why?
Hold on. She got this far. Yes. If anyone wants to respond, then please feel free. Say, yes, this is my question. Trust, negativity. I want to win with someone who wants to see me win and who is positive. So what's the question? Whether you need trust or are you being negative I think that's the question. Am I being, do I need to trust people more, or is she being negative when she says that she wants to win with someone who wants to see her win and who is positive?
I'll try to unpack this.
You go for it, my friend. Go for it. The mic is yours.
Well, first, trust is built, right? And trust is built on with parties that are on the same wavelength. If you and I are, I mean, we can argue, I suppose, but at some point we have to come to some sort of agreement. And if the person that you're dealing with doesn't want to see you win and is negative, I really don't know how you can trust them. Now, you could potentially use them as sort of a counter force, if you will, and say, no, I will win because that person doesn't know me or that person doesn't have my best interests at heart. And this is why I brought up, by the way, living, loved, and loving. They're very important to do both, because when you're living loved, you are taking that on. So you're accepting love. And I think that's important for positivity and to be around positive people. And then to love, I don't even know how to explain when I am helping other people, I get so much positivity and this energy that's unbelievable, unbelievably positive. And particularly when, I've helped people that are in really bad states through no fault of their own. And it's just unbelievably positive. But I would say this is why I'm saying I want to seek out positive people, because I want people to be in my corner. I want them to have my back. And so if someone is being negative towards you, I don't know how you can really find them trustworthy. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, Uncle Mike, that makes sense so much. It's true. There is no way you can be able to trust or work with somebody that doesn't trust you. And I love the fact that Paulette said, I want to be with someone who wants to see me win and who is positive. It's very important. That's why we are bringing this conversation because positivity is not negotiable. How the people you surround yourself with, they have to have an atom of positivity to some extent. To some extent, because you cannot be a positive person and expect to go with somebody that is negative. It does not work like that. And then you can be able to build trust. Because there's one thing that positivity does for you. Positivity can help you build trust. And Uncle Mike has really shared so much of that. Thank you so much. And Paulette, I hope that answered your question and straightened yes, say thank you. I'm really allow your comments. Paulette is saying, thank you, Mike, you are excellently correct. Amazing. All right, guys, we can stay here on and on for hours because I love the conversation and I love the fact that everybody's contributing one person at a time. But the conversation continues next week, Friday, because we show up every Friday for this positivity event, positivity live event. We are very intentional about positivity and we want it to get to every community. Till everybody embrace it, we are not stopping. The movement continues and we are very intentional about making an impact with our positive message to see that everyone is embracing positivity in every areas of their life. We believe that positivity is powerful, it's transformative, it's affecting your different areas of lives, in business, in relationship, in finances, in economy, in all areas of life. Positivity is making a big difference. And that's why we are bringing the message out. You have to embrace positivity. It's not negotiable. Because in positivity, there is always endless possibility. When you are positive, you are possible. So for anyone who is a positive person, you're a possible person. Things become possible for you. Why? Because you are positive. We're going to be drawing the curtain today and then we'll bet here, right? Because we can go on and on and on and on. But Bouquet did with us. Next week, Friday, is another edition. We are continuing the same conversation, but in the perspective of your association. So, positivity that lasts beyond motivation through your association. So, how does the people you surround yourself with affect you staying positive beyond motivation? So, that will be our conversation next week. For those of us who are here, don't worry, I'm going to be sending you a personal invite. And if you don't see my invite, please check my post, my page. I'm going to send it to different groups. I'm going to be inviting you so you can join us, prepare, and join in the conversation next week. Because I believe everyone needs to hear it, everyone needs to see it, everyone needs to feel the power of positivity. So thank you so much, everybody, for being part of the conversation. We appreciate you. Yes, help us share. Tag someone that needs to hear this conversation today as it pertains positivity that goes beyond motivation. So till we meet again next week. Mr. Any last word before we close the room for today?
I just want to, I love to acknowledge people's comments, and I love Wisdom's comments. Every day is a new year. I agree, my friend. Every day is a new year. Again, I think that just tells me that all this have new year, new me, as I've a little bit said, it's a bit silly, right? Because now we're on a mission already. When you know what your mission is, tomorrow we just start again with a new set of a plan. And maybe change your plan. Maybe adding something else to our plan. We're not starting afresh as if we didn't live yesterday, right? We didn't live today. I'm saying every day really is a new year. Every day is new. It's a day for us to be more intentional, go bigger as well, I would say. Now, Ijoma, I agree with as well. Positivity is a big deal. It really is. And I remember Mrs. Z and said positivity is this thing. I'm like, okay, I get it. Here we are, 3 years later, 4 years later, and people are not talking about positivity because it is a thing, right? It encompasses faith, hope, intentionality, and work. It takes intentionality to be positive. No, truly, it takes being intentional and living the life you want to live, serving how you want to serve. It's a great thing when it comes together. And I'm on a mission to transform someone's life, not just one person, but we all are. I think I know you are too, Mrs. Z. I know Chanda is, on Mission Transform Life, with her services and how she wants to go forward. And this is our calling, right? It's our calling. Let's go and live it, my friends. Let's live it with intentionality, as you say, Joma. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you for giving us your time. Paulette, thank you so much. Everyone, I can't thank all of you individually. You've all made my week. It's our first week back, right? Let me end on this, Mr. Z. See, all of us always think we have a year to achieve what we're going to achieve this year. See, as Tabloba said, the risk is that we're going to be on the 29th of December 2026 and we're like, oh, I haven't done it yet, right? How about let's reframe the year. See, here's how I'm looking at my year, Mr. Z. My year ends in February. What I don't do by February, what I don't start by February, it's not going to get done. Because before I know it, it'll be summer. Half the year's gone. And then soon it'll be December. Then the year has gone. There'll be 2027 plans. I'm saying, if you're serious about your life, my friends, start now. Start now. Start now. Do it. Start before February, and you get it done. Trust me. See how that works for you. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eni Chanda. Thank you, Mike and Tobiloba. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and all our amazing community members in the comment section. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you so much. Next week Friday, like I said earlier, is another day. So keep your reminder, your calendar for next week Friday. For those in EST, Eastern Time Zone, 2 p.m. For those in Pacific Time Zone, that will be 12 noon. And for those of us in West Africa, it's 8 p.m. West African. So thank you so much, everybody, for being part of our conversation today. Till we meet again next week Friday, we'll say have a great weekend ahead of you.
Every step forward is a new beat to your drama. She's success with global.media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. She's success with global.media.